ain't just hurting so bad. Remember, you're better than you think you are, and in Leadville tradition, you dig deep. We'll see you at the finish, family. 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, Jace here and welcome to the road to the Leadville 100 mountain bike race vlog number 2. So today we're going to catch up on my training, see how I've been going, and of course the numbers, see how I've been improving or not and how I've been doing it. Also, secondly, we're going to look at the administration of getting to Leadville and the costs and how I'm going to go about doing that. So it might be interesting for a few of you, and also I'm coming from New Zealand, so it's going to cost a little bit more, maybe because of the flights and car hire and stuff like that, but stay tuned and we'll go through all of that. Training wise, how's it been going? Well, it's been going pretty well. Since the 15th of January, I believe, my FTP was 229. We'll go into the improvements in a short while. But since then, I have been doing some good weeks. So my target of getting over 10 hours a week on the bike has been achieved. I've also added some weight sessions in, just light weights to start off with, and I'm just starting to lift with some weights now. I actually hired a coach, so for the first time I've got a coach. I just bumped into someone when I was at work, and he's in a similar field to me, but he does some coaching on the side, and he's a ex-New Zealand triathlete. So I thought I'd give that a go. Now his coaching kind of philosophy is mainly based on periodization, so 80-20, which I believe will probably work better for me being that older athlete. So only 20% high intensity and 80% kind of base zone 2 easier stuff. I've only had him about a week or so, so of course I'm not going to see the gains I may do further down the road, and of course I'm peaking for Leadville. So that's my excuse if I'm not improving as quick as I probably could have. But I have increased the volume, so that has been a positive thing, and actually it hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I'm lucky enough here in the Southern Hemisphere to have sunny days and longer days because it's in the middle of our summer. So it's easier for us to get out there and do 12 hours. I have been doing indoor training though, mainly on intervals, or if I haven't got much time, I'll jump on the indoor trainer and do a little workout. I do find the indoor trainer is better for the structured interval training. It is harder, but it is better. I have got a hill just down the road, which I will use for some of my sessions, but just to keep it easier, I'm doing quite a lot of them indoors. As I said, I have upped the volume and it hasn't been as bad as I thought. And I think maybe because I'm doing the 80-20, so easier stuff, and also my diet is a little bit better, so I seem to be recovering better. On the recovery side, I'm also doing things like having protein shakes, I'm stretching, I'm going in the spa to stretch as well, and that is relieving some pains, I think. I've also got a massage gun, which I do use on occasion as well. So I think my recovery has been going quite well. For me, recovery was quite a big worry because when you're working full time and you're on your feet quite a lot of the day, and it's sometimes stressful. At the end of the day, your stress is high. So I'm trying also to get my workouts when I can in the morning, so I'm not worrying about them during the day if I can get them in, or if I'm going to be too tired for the workouts. So that has worked quite well. Nutrition wise, what have I been doing? Well, I have lost a little bit of weight, and I will put that up in a second as well. But in basic terms, I've been having healthy muesli for breakfast, bio kind of yogurt with some fruit. I'm also carrying around in my bag some fruit and some nuts, and I'm having fruit, nuts, and tuna tin with some crackers for lunch. If I don't have that and I'm out and about, I'll probably have some sushi, and I may have a snack of nuts or a protein shake in the afternoon just to starve that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hunger, and then have my normal meal at around 6 or 7 o'clock, and then try not to eat after that. And it seems to be working pretty well. So my nutrition is going quite well, I think. And also because it's not a massive sea change, I think I'll be able to stick to it quite a while. Yes, I am cheating a little bit on the last 2 Saturday nights we've been out, so I've been eating and drinking. I've still managed to do my workout the next day, so I haven't been overindulging, but I have been doing it, so hopefully it is sustainable for me, and I think that is probably the key. Now, looking at my sleep, I'm just going to have a look at the app here because I've been using the Apple Watch Ultra for that. So let us have a look when I can get there. Sleep. Okay, so in the last, I'll put a month. In the last month, I have averaged 7 hours, 49 minutes of sleep, which is pretty good. And I've been in bed about 8.5 hours. I have been going to bed about 9:30, getting up around 6 o'clock, sometimes earlier if I'm riding in the morning, but that's been pretty good. So I'll look at my sleep data. So stages wise, average deep sleep, 50 minutes, which I find if I have more deep sleep, more than 50 minutes, an hour or so, I feel really refreshed in the morning. So it's really good. My average REM is 1 hour 44. So it's really that combination of REM and deep sleep that I'm looking at. So about 2.5 hours between both of them is pretty good, but I think the deep sleep is more important. So I'm happy the way my sleep is going. Is it accurate? I think it's pretty accurate. I don't think it tells me how much awake time I have actually had, because 11 minutes on average isn't that much, and I have found that I've had to get up and go to the toilet, or I've woken up. Sometimes we have cats, so they sometimes kind of annoy you during the night, or I wake up early and try to kind of stay as still as possible. I'm not quite sure how it records it. I think it records it by your breathing, how many breaths you have a minute, and also your heart rate, and maybe the accelerometer on the watch. But overall, really happy with my sleep, and that's obviously contributed to my recovery. So that is a good thing. Okay, scores on the doors, the stats, and I'm just going to read it here. So on the 15th of January, my weight was 78 kilograms. I am now, was a couple of days ago, 76.3 kilograms. So a 1.7 kilogram down, which I'm very happy with, pretty happy. And if it keeps going at that rate, I'll be about 50 kilos by the race, but it won't, obviously. It'll stop, probably, knowing me, around 75, 76 kilos, and it'll probably maintain or stabilize for a little while. And I'll probably have to do something a little bit more drastic to get it down, if I want to get it down. More importantly, though, than weight and losing weight is, of course, FTP and power. So my FTP, as you can see, was 228 on the 15th of Jan, and it is now 234. And I'm happy with that 5 watt gain. It was 229 and now it's 234. So I'm happy with that 5 watt gain, and I thought it may be about 5 watts. So that is how much, so that's how much it's increased. And I'm using Trainer Road's AI FTP just to gauge that, and I'm going to do that all the way just so it's consistent. And also I've spoken to my coach and asked him if I could use that, and he's kind of said yep. He asked what it was about first, and then he said yeah, you can use that. And I think that's a good way of just maintaining consistency. Also, like I said to him, we had a discussion that I don't want the stress of having an FTP test and the pacing, and also that'll probably remove a session from that day, but I'll be doing that once a month. So overall then, my watts per kilo was 2.98 on the 15th of January, which is pretty low, and even low for me, and it's now 3.07, so close to 3.1 watts a kilo. So I'm pretty happy with the way it's been going, and I don't think the improvement will be that high initially, because I've mainly been doing zone 2, not much intensity at all. As I say, I'm happy. So improvement, and that's all I can ask for. Okay, right now to the second part of the vlog. Now this is the admin, how much it is costing me. So now first of all, the race cost. So it's 475 US dollars, 837 New Zealand dollars. In fact, I'll just go to US dollars and then I'll put New Zealand and US dollars up. Myself and my partner Fiona have got 10 nights in the States. We're flying, landing in Denver, land about 10 p.m. So we're staying in the hotel in Denver that night, and then the next day we'll pick up the hire car, go to Breckenridge for 4 nights, And then after Breckenridge, it'll be Wednesday. So we go to Leadville on the Wednesday to the Sunday for, again, 4 nights. And we're going to have a great time, obviously. And we'll have a great time after Saturday. So then we're going to drive back to maybe Breckenridge for 1 night and then fly home on Monday evening and land back in New Zealand on Wednesday morning. So in total, my Leadville trip will cost $4,207 US, and in New Zealand dollars, 6,915. So it is pretty expensive. In June, I've got the added cost of doing the training camp. Now, I think the training camp in total, with everything, accommodation, paying for the camp, car hire, etc., was $3,425 US, 5,531 New Zealand dollars. So if I combine both of them together, 7,575 US dollars. So not cheap at all. So yes, it is expensive. It's not for the faint-hearted, and I'm lucky I had a bit of cash in my savings account to burn. Of course, don't forget, I'm probably going to have to burn some money on tires and bikes and servicing and blah, 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 blah. All of the extra fun stuff along with the training. So it's an expensive undertaking. So just think about it if you're going to do it. See if you can afford it, first of all. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you can. So there's my roundup, and that is vlog 2. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you like the content, and click the reminder, and then you'll see how I get on, and I'll try to do one a month until August.